Hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel.
In our last experiment, we discovered ice cream chocolate, which was delicious.
Today we're going to be making homemade Reese's peanut butter cups.
So tune in for our next experiment.
The ingredients that we will need are peanut butter, confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar, chocolate.
And the tools that you will be needing is
A
a small bowl,
a mixing bowl,
a spoon,
another spoon,
if you're doing it in two pairs, people, a muffin pan,
and baking cups.
Those are the tools that you will be needing.
Let's
You will
get
also
started.
need a microwave.
If you do not have a microwave, you cannot do this. And if you're allergic to peanuts, you cannot do this.
Let's
get started.
The first thing we will be doing is taking our chocolate and breaking it up. We want to be breaking it up as fast. We want to be melting it as fast as possible. So I would recommend breaking it up into ones, and if you can, twos. But if you can't, that's fine. But if you can't, that probably means that you have some sort of disability, which means you probably shouldn't be doing this at all. Done. Now let's put it in the microwave for this thing to melt. We will now put it in the microwave. "30 seconds. As that is cooking, I will explain the next steps of the process. So once this is done, we will stir it around and then put it back in, but this time only for 20 seconds. And we do that until we have a nice, smooth consistency of chocolate. Oh look, it's done. Now let's mix it around with our spoon. Look at that chocolate. Now that this is stirred, we will now put the chocolate back in for 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds.
While they are making the chocolate, we will be making our peanut butter filling. So, let's get started.
Turns out, all you need is 50 seconds. So we're going to be returning back to me. As you can see, this is some very delicious chocolate. We will now pour in a very small layer of chocolate into each cup. Remember, you must have the cup.
So, remember, if you put in and you scoop out the peanut butter, then your spoon will be all dirty. So, let's start by scooping out the powdered sugar. Let's do about 2 scoops of powdered sugar. 1 and 2. Now let's add the peanut butter. Let's add 1 scoop at a time and see what happens. Now we will mix.
As you can see in my last 2 examples, I had to manually flatten out the chocolate. So I'm going to walk you through the third example so that I can show you how to flatten it out. Take your spoon, and it doesn't matter if it gets on the sides, but just try to even out the chocolate as easily as you can. As best as you can.
As you have probably learned from our previous videos, peanut butter does not mix well with anything. So, what my conclusion is we take another container, add peanut butter in, melt it, and then put it back in with the sugar.
Voila! Look at those amazing beginning of a Reese's peanut butter cup!
Turns out there are actually 2 options. You can use it with your hands, or you can use another container. But since of the time right now, I think using a container will be a safer approach. Try to get out as much powdered sugar as you possibly can. Now we will put our peanut butter into the microwave for 15 seconds, and we'll see if that's good. Put it in the microwave for 15 seconds. Hey look, it's done! Now, give that a good mix and see if it's nice and runny. It is runny, but not as runny as I'd like it to be. So, let's try another 10 seconds. Now that it's out, let's put it in the sugar. Clearly, my approach of microwaving it did not work. So, the best approach is to use your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap and water. Because why wouldn't you wash your hands with water?
As you can see, I have successfully made 6 bottoms of Reese's peanut butter cups. Now we will put it in the freezer so that it can freeze and cool down the chocolate. Make sure it's in a secure place and not a slanted place, because what you don't want is the chocolate slipping down and then having a weird angle. So make sure you can get it in the flattest place as possible in your freezer. Now we will leave that in for about 10 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Alexas are so helpful. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Peanut butter recipes need to be shared with everybody, except for the people that have allergic reactions.
Okay, let's get started by putting in the peanut butter. Try to get as much as you can. If needed, you can use this. Cleans it off so well. So, clearly that is not enough. Oops. Sorry for the spillage, but clearly that was not enough peanut butter. We're going to have to add some more, but let's start by mixing this. It's looking so good.
As you can see here, the chocolate is almost solidified completely. It has only been about 3 minutes since I set the timer. So my conclusion is that you only need about 5 minutes or even less for the timer. And then soon it'll be good as new. Oh, look at that! The timer's done. Let's go check on our chocolates. Well, now would you look at that? Oops. This chocolate is very frozen. You can see that it's got a few millimeters of chocolate in the layer, which is really nice. So apparently you only need about 5 minutes on your timer. If you do it for 10 minutes, that's okay, but if you're running out of time, just know that 5 minutes is A-okay.
Look at it. It's become so amazing. This is what's going to be your filling inside the Reese's peanut butter cup. And remember, all you need for this is peanut butter and powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. And it's really simple, and you've basically made peanut butter sugar dough.
I just realized these aren't supposed to exactly be thawed out or dried out. So the best option is to put them back in the freezer or the fridge just so that your chocolate doesn't melt. Although it is classic room temperature chocolate, we still don't want it to melt or even just get a little bit wet. Melted, sorry. Back in the freezer we go.
So, my conclusion is you absolutely do not have to microwave it. Because if you're going to, since we're using our hands in the end, it will still turn out like this. Also remember, this is an experiment, so we have never tried this recipe before. It is completely made up by our thoughts.
Remember, these are completely whole ingredients and they're very easy to buy. You don't need to get any weird hydrocentrol lilacs or anything like that, because this is completely organic, if you could call peanut butter organic, or chocolate for that matter. These ingredients are ingredients that most people should have at their home, so most likely you are good to go.
Let's take a look at our filling. Oh, that's how it should look like. Remember, this is the ingredients to make the peanut butter dough. You only need confectioner's sugar, 2 spoonfuls of confectioner's sugar, and 2 spoonfuls of peanut butter.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Oh my gosh, we are ready to mix it!
Make sure that when you're done with the peanut butter to wash your hands with soap and water, because you don't want any of that getting in your food, even though that's what your food is made out of.
Time to get the stuff out of the fridge. Or the freezer, I mean. Look at that. Delicious. It is now time to mix the substances.
So, in a normal Reese's peanut butter cup, there is the chocolate on the outside and the peanut butter in the middle. So, take a small portion of your peanut butter dough and take it out. Take about a teaspoon of the dough and roll it out into a ball. Now that it is in a ball, press down on it lightly.
You can also get a spoon if you want.
Get a fork and go under it to pick it up. Now that you have it in your hand, take your chocolate and place it in one of them. Pat down to make it fit. Remember, the sides should not be that thick.
Now, with me, we will be going and putting in the chocolate. As you can see, we still have many remains of the chocolate left, but we don't have enough. So get another Hershey's chocolate bar, open it like this, like this. We will now be following the same procedures as we did in the beginning. Take your chocolate and break it into halves. Put it in, like so. And again, if you can't break it into halves, then maybe you have some sort of disease. You probably shouldn't be doing this. We will now put this in the oh wait, don't put the spoon in the microwave, because that'll be really bad and it'll melt the metal. So, following the same procedures as last time, we will put this in the microwave for 30 seconds, then take it out, then put it in for another 20 seconds, and then stir it again. 30 seconds. Make sure to get your spoon in preparation for stirring and stuff. Oh look, it's been 30 seconds. We will take out our chocolate, mix it around, try to flatten it out as best as you can, and then also, if needed, use this awesome tool that I have no idea what it's called, and then pour in the chocolate. We will now put it in for another 20 seconds.
I had a little bit of extra peanut butter dough, and so you can either wrap that up in saran wrap and save it for when you want to make it next time, or you can just snack on it and eat it.
Oh look, it's been 20 seconds. Let's check out our chocolate. Wow, look at that consistency. Remember to get your spoon to mix the chocolate around. Delicious. Now, would you take a look at that work of art?
Now, I will show you how to put the chocolate over these. Take a spoonful of chocolate and pour it over.
Make sure to even it out.
Now, push it around. Remember to cover the peanut filling fully. Remember to push it onto the sides. That's how it looks like when it's done. Repeat the same steps for all 6 of the Reese's peanut butter cups. As you can tell, we have done a lot of them. Don't be afraid to use this thing, the miracle worker.
As you can see here, we're basically finished. It is now time to put this in the freezer so that we can get that taste and eat that deliciousness.
Make sure to put it on a flat plate because you don't want your chocolate to be slanted and you don't want it pointing in an odd direction, because if it is, then your chocolate will look weird and it will reveal the peanut butter filling inside.
It will be ruined, in other words.
Like before, we told you that it needed to be in 10 minutes, but we only need it to be in for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Or less.
Alexa, Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
I apologize for saying 6. As you can see, we still have some remains of chocolate and of peanut butter. We probably could have done about 7, but 6 is a pretty good number too.
Because it's even. If you want, you can eat some of the chocolate.
Or you can eat some of this.
It has been 5 minutes. Now we will take it out and put it on a plate.
Wow! It's like completely covered.
Now we will give an example on this one. You can either take it out or leave it in. I think it would look better if we take it out. So, open it like this and carefully pull it off.
And
After
there you have it. Your Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Homemade. With only about 3 ingredients.
Repeat that step for the others.
Last one. Voila! And there you have it. 6 Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Now, isn't that amazing?
It only required 3 ingredients. Powdered sugar, peanut butter, and chocolate. And there you have it. That's how you make some good Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Now,
Sorry for that last interruption.
Now, the best part about making food is that you get to eat it afterward. And what's the point of an experiment with food if you're not going to eat it in the end? So, let's taste test.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh!
Sorry, now let's taste test.
Mmm! These are delicious.
They taste just like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh my gosh! They taste so good! Now, remember to stay tuned for our next videos. We will be doing many experiments, including peanut butter, anything. Please try this out, share with your friends, like this video, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.
Bye.
Bye!
Peanut butter recipes.